For corporate buddies.
Shameful and despicable.
Shame on you. Shame on your government.
With all the talk around privatization, such as outsourcing, P3s, and the selling off of crown corporations, I'm really worried about my job. Was privatization discussed during this round of bargaining?
Yes, protecting the quality of public services was a huge win for the union. We were able to include anti-privatization language. For the very first time, the employer must consult with the union on any privatization plans. For example, the government has to notify us if another employer is going to provide functions or jobs that are currently represented by OPSEU. The Tentative Agreement also creates the Public Service Review Committee. This committee will have equal representation from the union and the employer. Its job will be to review any planned initiative by considering things like how it meets the government's objectives, union proposals that meet the same objectives, the impact on affected employees. A third-party facilitator will encourage mediation between the parties.
There's a lot of confusion around termination pay. Have we lost our accrued termination pay?
No. To give some background, before 2008, all regular service employees got 1 week of termination pay for every year they worked with the government, up to a maximum of 26 weeks. In the 2008 round, the employer capped termination pay so that if you voluntarily quit, you will only get termination pay accrued to December 2008. In the 2012-13 round, the employer tried hard to end all termination pay, but after long negotiations, termination pay was cut just for new hires. Everyone else continued to accrue it to a maximum of 26 weeks. This time, the employer tried to cap the accrual of termination pay as of December 31st, 2015. We negotiated an extra year to accrue termination pay to December 31st, 2016. This means anyone who was accruing termination pay until now will get to keep it. You have not lost it, but it also means you will stop accruing termination pay after December 31st, 2016. You will only receive what you have accrued up until then. Also, you will not be paid according to the pay you are making at retirement. You will be paid according to what you are making on December 31st, 2016. So if you're earning $1,000 a week on December 31st, 2016, you have 15 years of service by then, you'll get $15,000 in termination pay when you retire.
What's happening with my drug benefit plan? I heard there was going to be a 3-tiered system.
Right now, employees are reimbursed for 90% of eligible drugs, less a $3 deductible per prescription. The employer had proposed a radical reduction. They wanted to have 3 tiers. 1 tier of drugs would be reimbursed at 80%, another would be reimbursed at 50%, and the 3rd tier would be reimbursed at only 20%. Further, the insurance company would have decided which drugs were reimbursed at which tier. We had that concession taken completely off the table. You will continue to be reimbursed at 90%, less the $3 deductible. This was a major win for the union.
How does the tentative agreement affect the salary grid?
The employer wanted to expand the salary grid to 12 steps. That would have meant taking 11 years to get to the top of your salary scale. That would have meant many thousands of dollars lost in annual wages. We stopped that completely. The government also wanted to reduce the starting salary by 5% for new employees or anyone going into a new position. We also defeated that. Anyone who should go up the grid in 2015 will do so. You will get paid according to the third step, retroactive to your anniversary date. Unfortunately, in 2016 and 2017, you will not move up the grid, but you'll still get the cost of living adjustments.
My question is about those cost of living adjustments. What does the tentative agreement give us?
The employer demanded at least 2 years of zero increases. Again, we defeated that. Unfortunately, you won't get an increase in 2015, but in 2016 you'll get a lump sum equivalent to 1.4% of your gross salary. So if you make $50,000, you'll get a one-time payment of $700. Further, in 2017, you'll get an increase of 1.4% based on your salary in 2015. So if you earn $50,000 now, you'll make $50,700 by the end of 2017. For more information, go to www.opseu.org.